definitely the way to do it. So that's a Ryobi, obviously. Table saw, little bitty baby. And then we got this new Ryobi 7 1/4. The reason why we get a 7 1/4 is because that's the standard side. You can get to 6-inch, but you can't find the saw blades, can you?
Hardly.
This thing's pretty good so far. We got this, and then we got a finally got an impact of our own. Making a mess. So we're cutting these at a 45 because our building's at a 45 on our pitch. This was kind of our trial piece, but we'll use it. But kind of at 45, and then we're putting our holes as high as you can get them, because that's where our baffles will be on the other side. They catch the air and draw it all the way up to the roof, up at the top to the ridge vent, because we have a cathedral ceiling, so that's kind of how that's going to work. This one was a little low, but that's not a big deal. And then we're going to take some screen and then cut it and staple it on the outside edges, and then we'll just install them. I have to pre-measure each one of the rafters because there could be a little bit of a difference, and just try to get them as close as possible. And then after they're installed, then we'll go through and we'll spray foam around everything just to seal up any of the corners or imperfections. That's how we're doing that.
You have the measurement for the next one in here, head?
Well, that's not the straight side, see it? Yeah, it's 14 1/4. This isn't the one we just cut, is it?
Nope.
Yeah. That is.
No. Oh, yeah. Does it matter?
Well, no, but I didn't cut the
ends?
Yeah, I didn't cut the end flush. Or did I? No, see? But sometimes we get lucky, but we're not. We're not lucky. So we'll go ahead and the sun's starting to come out. That's kind of nice. We'll go ahead and show them how the saw works. Actually, it's pretty good for little odds and ends stuff, you know. I don't like the safety thing. It's kind of annoying. And we'll measure this out at 13 or 14 1/4. It's gonna have to be perfect. One a little less. Not that much less. There we go. I like the location of this right side. That is like the biggest down, is the right side safety. You have to put it on the left to use your thumb. I'd rather put it over here. And then how are you doing this? Show them what you're doing.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pencil.
Here's the pencil. Here.
And I'm going 3 inches on each side. So I go 3 inches here.
3 inches in. Yeah.
And because you're
from each side of the rafter. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because we're making.
So we actually probably need to go 4.
We're making the baffle pieces.
So we'll go 4 and 4.
Yeah, let's do 4 and 4.
And then what we'll do is we'll line up our bed.
What she's saying by that is the strips, we're putting in strips, and then we're putting in, you'll see, but we're putting in foam underneath the ceiling to make our own homemade baffles for air, and they're about 1 inch thick. And they'll be 2 inches thick over here. So if we put the hole too close over here, then it wouldn't breathe. So that's why we're bringing them in.
And
yeah, we're working these saws pretty good, and the drills. I have a change in the way we design this. From the outside edge, and then take the skill saw. Oh yeah. It's gonna be fun. When I get up through. Making sure it's not going to be so tight on my bolt that I can't get the bolt through.
see, here's our bolt.
This is a different bit. I've never used one before, but it kind of grabs and pulls as it goes up. The only thing is
awesome.
you need to watch, especially if you're drilling up that way. You don't want to go right through the roof.
Are you gonna have enough room for your washers?
How big are the washers on there?
These, and I have smaller
That means
ones.
my whole has to be recessed this month.
But they don't fit over the square on the bolt. Well, your square wasn't going in a while ago, so maybe it'll...
Your bolts.
I can, they're $7 a piece.
These are only what?
2. I mean, we only need, what, 4? Because you said the others you can make work.
And those?
1.25 inches.
Is that what this is?
Perfect. Be a little bit big. He's gonna put a hole in the wall.
Probably. I'm not gonna pay that much for it. It's stupid. It's like perfect. It was just meant to be this way, wasn't it?
I guess.
What's this for?
I thought you were beating it up. It looks like it's...
You know, I mean, some people, they'd be like, oh man, this is good enough. You just have it screwed on. I mean, I'm going overkill doing this, maybe. I don't know.
Do you want that little washer for the top? You want to show them what you did up there?
So I got almost the thread poking through right there. I'm gonna go a couple more turns. And then I recessed it right there. I didn't want to do that, but it's not gonna really hurt anything. Plenty strong enough.
Ain't that right, babe? Why?
I was getting ahead of myself. Just broke that off.
That might make it fit.
Probably, sadly. Yeah, this beam, I gotta get on this side, then screw it in, then move my ladder over to get on this one. It's good.
Does that mean we're gonna die tonight?
No.
Ooh, got it.
plastic bolt. These aren't like super strong bolts or nothing. I did use nylon lock threads on them, or nylon lock nuts on them. So, lock threads. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, I used that on them. Trying to get everything done on this side today, so that way we can just focus on the other side tomorrow. Don't have to move stuff in. I'll tell you one thing. When you use this crap, don't ever go back and spray it on top of itself again. Because if you do that, especially on a door frame, it will actually blow the door out. Door frame, it will, it's crazy. This stuff will actually move a lot of crap. Why? Shit, rip all over everything. She was trying to tell me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. See, now this is the shit that'll piss me off. This GE crap. It just doesn't work good, dude. It's like the most pathetic crap with the actual great stuff going. I'm not gonna go through and dust the whole damn thing. Alright, if you could not get it all where I gotta go through and cut up a bunch of stuff. It doesn't expand as much as some of it, but it's, who knows. This stuff is great though, as long as it's not in direct sunlight. About what, 4 foot by 3 foot of screen?
$2.
And you can kind of see this whole side's finished, as I said yesterday. Welcome to the 3rd day. Those are already fastened up. Got this beam to put in, or bolt in, this one to bolt in. Finish this up, foam it just like the other side. It'll be good. Doing our controlled burning of the leaves. Just kind of watching things and getting things done. Those seed pods all falling down on the stuff just in. Done. Killed quite a few wasps. Alright, so we're doing some controlled burns. Hopefully controlled. Okay. Trying to clean up some of this debris through here. What, babe? They're going.
They have nowhere to go because there's no leaves. There's a good barrier.
Yeah, as long as the wind doesn't pick up, we're good.
Which it's already. Since I started that first one, it started blowing a little more.
Still not gonna go anywhere. So you can see where we cleaned up right here, through here. Get a new fire pit area. We're gonna get some big rocks from down there in the bottom and bring them up. But yeah, just trying to get things cleaned up and then focus on some other stuff during the day. We got installation that we'll be focusing on tomorrow. Man.
That one's about gone.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely it's burning a lot quicker than it did yesterday. You can feel the heat off of them, man. I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah. So all our little fire pits. She's over there lighting crazy, trying to get it all cleaned up. It's working beautiful evening now. Can't beat this evening, man. There's Odin way up there walking towards the car. He's like, I'm out. I'm out. That's what work looks like. Little Honda's got about 400 hours. It actually does. It's got 403 hours. It's running at half load. You can see all the grass starting there. Got my come along there with my rope because I got to take that thing out. Pods falling down from the trees everywhere. All the grass. Of course, it washed over. A ton of grass around the cabin. I spread the grass seed pretty good, and underneath even. Maybe that's stupid, I don't know. This generator, actually, we paid like 300 bucks for this thing, and it is awesome. Starts easy. It's a good generator. Run everything you need. Yeah, I just flipped all this. Let it pick some more. Yummy. Text me?
Nope.
There's a drill bit over here.
Yeah.
You can tell we came prepared. Didn't have a drill bit. Didn't have
A Phillips screwdriver.
Wasn't gonna do this, but I've been wanting to do it. We just never gotten to it, so. It's a little easier than lifting a whole bunch of stuff today because I'm not feeling too great. So. Sinuses are killing me.
See, I told you you'd need that drill.
I see what you were saying now. Probably not the proper way to do this. That's the way we're doing it. Well, about the crappiest freaking crap I've ever seen. I think I just go in there. I think I'll shave it out just a hair more. No.
It should.
I think it's just a hair too. I don't want to get a lot of metal in there. They're not self-tappers, you know that. Oh, that's why.
Why?
Because it just pushed it down.
They're not long enough?
Actually is long enough. I just don't need to push. Well, where are the other screws at? I believe they are the same freaking size. Should have gotten some damn self-tappers. And just self-tap this bitch on. Let me know. This should be a good video for anybody to watch now. What? I'm being dead serious. Like, who the fuck takes a plastic grommet and shoves it in the... Is this guy nuts? Like, yeah, pretty much desperate. God, man, there's nothing, just nothing gonna work. You know? I hate shit like this. Move your finger. That's what happens when you modify crap. To try to get it to work. I'm gonna try to put this in without the, so I got enough. I mean, all I gotta do is get a thread to start in there. Working.
Why? Too thin?
No. Should work. That one worked. Oh.
Hey, the sun came out.
First order of business, always have the power off by the main breaker. Period. Which is going, it's basically
To
acting.
the ground bar?
Yeah, it's on the ground bar. And it's going down and grounding to our ground bus bar here. So that's it.
On day 5, it's nice and sunny. Look at our viewing, it's amazing.
It's getting better.
Then this is an amazing view too.
Not really.
That is. We're gonna go and let the dogs out. Or I am. But that's our view. We've cleaned up quite a bit, but boy, there's a lot of squirrels. I see like 4. Like right there by that tree. And then there's another one right there. They're so cute. See that stump right there? There's one right behind it.
Well, good day. Yesterday I did not feel too great. Just starting to get over it. I don't know if it was a combination. I think it's my allergies. Smoke from the burn piles, allergies, pollination everywhere, and then just all the work, physical labor. However, we managed to get the electrical hooked up. I was tired and it didn't work. Well, I know why it didn't work. It's because for some stupid reason, and I've ran across this before, the ground and the neutral bus bars are separated. It needed to have the neutral tied into basically the ground side to make a full circuit. Older houses and different things like that, they did that. Like if you're running a sub panel, I've got a shop house, the same way. Your neutrals and your grounds will be tied together. But anyway, if you don't know what the heck you're doing, or you don't want to know, then don't do it. But if you do want to know, and you do know what you're doing to some degree, which I do, I always say I'm a master of nothing, but I'm a jack of all. So I can do about anything if I put my mind to it, and I can figure things out. But sometimes, you know, if you don't feel good or different things, you're like, okay, whatever. But I'm gonna go show you the electrical panel, my temporary box. My temporary box is a piece of junk. I paid 80 bucks for it. It was like 140 something new, but it's all, you know, I know it's a temporary box supposed to be, but it's all like plastic lugged body and these little bitty lugs, and it's running 8 gauge wire instead of like running 1/0 from your actual meter. It's a 1/0 hookup. You should be able to run 1/0 copper straight down for 100 amp temporary box, right? Well, I'm running 8 gauge wire. It's enough to do what we want to do by all means out here. It's never going to be overloaded or anything, but, and like I said, eventually we will have solar. We will be completely off the grid, but for now we're actually going to have a little power station up there. I'm going to be wiring in a LED light and then another one for the cabin area down here on the side. Probably put it on a tree temporarily just to plug in when I have the generator going, so at night we can actually see around here a little better. The one I'm going to put on the power pole is going to be on a timer plugged inside of the box. A huge, you know, a big transformer for and this pole wasn't, this is like a 17-year-old pole, I think. Really good shape actually for 17 years. It was straight and everything, but they wanted to put up a new one obviously whenever they're mounting up a, you know, a big transformer on the pole. So we're going to use it as washouts to keep the erosion down, and we're going to put some gravel in here, different things like that. This power box is just plug and play. I mean, you got 2 wires running down off of your main to make sure your breaker's off. And the way that they do this is really interesting. So there's my tin, my insulation. I was going to build a power station over here out of this and wood, but I don't need to build anything big and I've got enough projects. So I'm just going to move that tin shed somewhere right in here after I cut down some trees, and then I'm gonna string, I got this 6/0 wire, 50 feet of it, with the actual 50 amp breaker, like a surge breaker they had on a spa trip, and I'm gonna run it, then run it to the 50 amp box so I have extra protection. This is, I still cutting the crap out of it, but this is actually the, I just ran it off of, dropped it off, necked it down with the adapter there, and the hub, made my own screw holes for the hub, and then we got it wired in right here. I got a 50 amp, a 30 amp, and a 120. The 120 I'm gonna put a timer on that fits in here. It's, you get at Walmart, and I'm plugging in a light. This cord down here is going to have a 50 amp plug. It's going to plug into my 50 amp, and it's going to run over there, and then it's going to supply, so I can unplug it. It'll be on top of the ground. I can unplug it when I'm not here, plug it back in when I'm here, utilize it, whatever. But yeah, these things are just cheap. This box, I wish I'd gotten a different box, but I guess it works for now. I screwed it in down here with a couple screws instead of using the plate right there to hook it up. I screwed it in with a couple screws at the bottom, and then of course my hub at the top holds it. And then you got a gap. It's like anything. It's kind of, then your main meter, you've got 2 lines coming down, and you got your ground. Well, my ground, I tied into my ground, and my 2 lines come down. I tied those in on my feed down here. Well, I just had to move my ground wire over to my common side, and bam, I have power. It's just the way, I think with RVs, they do this it's like an extra protection, because lots of times they'll bridge the ground and the neutral together, and that way if it surges anywhere, it won't short anything out in the RV. It's just an extra amount of protection. That's what I understand. So I'm pretty sure that's why I had to run the ground to the neutral. We have power, we're set up. Now, the hub, they put a hub up here. This is kind of how they do it standard. That hub up there is actually live. There's two, you see how they coiled up the two wires up there? They did that so that way with the winds and everything coming up, it doesn't knock, you know, and they don't short. So those are actually live wires. And if you ever did anything overhead, they'd just be able to tie into those wires. I'm glad it's done. And then today, I am going to run that timer and an extension cord, hardwire the extension cord into that light over there. And I'm gonna hang this light about 10 foot up on this pole right here. And then that'll just be a light for at night on a timer. Comes on for whenever. We'll set it to come on here and there for a couple hours or whatnot, just to provide. This is an LED light. It's very nice. I think it's a 100-watt LED. It's got a down light to it, so it's not going to be beaming everywhere, but it'll make a nice light. I've got them on my shop house, and they work pretty nice. Oh, I didn't want to travel that far. It was too far. He likes the shade. It's getting a little warm. Oh, Daddy's back. Oh, come on. Big old baby. Oh, I gotta get stuff done. Just gotta have something to chew on now. Got our little silkies, and they pretty much, we had an egg yesterday from them, and we just got them. They were 8 months old, supposedly. One of them laid an egg. I'm pretty sure it's that brown one there, or whatever, blue silky. We're going to, and they've decimated the oats in there.
So we got 26 minutes. We're going up here to help Lonnie. There he is with the ladder. We're adding ourselves a light so we can see at night.
We took the plug out the bottom. We're going to put silicone on all the openings that we're not using, and probably just put a couple screws in right there to hold it. This is a variable voltage 120 277 ballast, so either or. And just running it simple, kind of ghetto, but work for years. I'm going to show them that timer that you got at Walmart that fits perfect underneath that panel.
This is the timer we're going to plug into on our temporary box.
Temporary permanent box still flakes out, and we have to buy a new one. Hopefully it will work for 5 to 10 years. I say that because that's what I would want. Just be on a timer to make us, since we're not always here, it's just another sense of security too. And
we can see it.
We can see at night driving through the fields or through this power line opening.
Make sure we're not going to hit a deer.
Yeah. She gets electrical tape, but there's no wire nuts.
I didn't know that we used wire nuts. We didn't use them last time.
We don't use wire nuts in the electrical field, do we?
Huh?
We don't use wire nuts in the electrical field, do we?
Apparently not. But hey, we had two.
Hmm?
We had two.
Yeah, from another light that we're putting on. Robbing that light. Because I'm going to have both these lights going tonight. We
don't know how the other one's going to work with the photo eye and all that extra
it's just a
jazz.
cheap Walmart photocell. I don't like the photocell personally.
Well, you can always put tape over it so it don't work.
That's true. That's what we'll do. But then it's on all night. But we're going to be plugging that one in anyway.
Yeah.
It's only on when the generator's on. So yeah, we'll just tape over. See, why didn't I think of that? Duh. Anyway, I'm one of those people that don't care for the photo eye going off and the light flickering all freaking time. Be like, oh, what was that? Oh, it's a tree moving. Because we got like 20 of them right by the cabin. Actually more than that. The point is, now I need silicone. Yeah. Hopefully.
Got silicone all over the new screwdriver.
Oh yeah, that $high screwdriver of ours.
Hey, it was better than no screwdriver at all.
Yeah, true. Can't have enough silicone. I'll wait to do that when I get it out, otherwise it's just gonna get nasty all over me.
So are you wanting small screws or big screws?
I really prefer the small ones because it's overkill having these big, gigantic screws. My balance is just so crappy.
How many screws you want?
I just need 2.
Yeah.
What's that?
So you can see what you're doing. And you don't have to carry everything in your hands and you'll have more room.
Like straight. That does, doesn't it?
Yeah. If it's not, you'll go up there and redo it anyway. Yep, but you gotta have silicone before you shut it up.
I understand that.
You're being silly is what you're being.
Alright, let me get the silicone. So now,
If we let that cure, it should be fine.
well, I can silicone it from underneath. So still plug it in and see if it works. Which there's no reason it shouldn't.
Yep, she works.
Alright. Now I just need to set the settings and the time on this timer.
Well, here's this. You can do this with your recording, and I will go get you some zip tie.
So the time is not 4 o'clock in the morning. Almost 2 o'clock, so well, all these got to be down. So we want it off during the day, obviously. Oh, they had to be pulled up. This one's different. Actually, I'd say it's different. Probably the same. We still got access to this plug-in to plug in 50 amp, 30 amp. And then what's cool is this drops down just like so. We gotta zip tie that cord. We're gonna double the zip ties and zip tie the cord to the pole so it's not wigging around in the way. But yeah, that'll be nice. Now we got some nice light out here. Odin, not in a freaking mood, dude. It's a nice upgrade to have some power around this place, man, or have some light out here. I'll be able to see up here at night, tonight. and see what it looks like. We're gonna put a trail in like right here, I think. We own quite a ways up that way to close to the neighbors. We'll put a trail in right through here. It goes down all the way back to a ravine and then goes back up to that cabin. But the power shed, I think I'm putting in right there, like I stated earlier, next to the rotten tree. After I get that tree out, that's for charging the batteries and stuff. So I don't have to have the generator running all the time if I don't want, you know, I mean, let's face it, I got to get solar in the future here, but. What are you doing? He's like, it's hot out here. Oh, you a big baby. Oh, you a big baby. You be drinking more. You got water, but you don't want to drink. Gotta follow us around everywhere. Big old baby. Where's Mama? Where's Mama at? You see Mama? Where's Mama? You want a good watchdog? This is the dog to have, I can tell you that. He keeps his eye on everybody and everything. He scares most people to death, but he's basically a big wuss. He knows you can scare you, then he'll prey on it. Oh. Who's that? Is it Mama?
Sad part is we dug that whole box up and we didn't need it all.
Well, it's not the end of the world. It should be good enough. Leave a little extra so we can unplug it and let it and wrap it up over or something.
All done with
I already
one.
said all the time. Cut it down.
Yeah, well,
I
it's
didn't really want to cut it towards the
power line.
power line. Like, we just got power. Oh, never mind.
I sealed the inside pretty daggum good.
You know, it's plastic and that thing.
Right.
Real quick.
It's just a cheap $10 light. 8 watt.
Equivalent to 65 watt or 8 watt ultra bright. The reason why we got ultra bright is because
They'll be
these are
outside.
plastic lenses, so when they go crappy,
We'll have soft lights.
we still have enough light this way
No,
so we can
towards
see
the
in yard,
grill.
right?